Hello, friends, and welcome into Tennessee Titans Today, presented by Aura, one of the newest sponsors here at Chat Sports. They're an all-in-one digital safety platform. We will tell you more about them in depth later on in today's show, but you get a free 14-day trial when you head over to aura.com/chatsports. Are you a true Titans fan? If you are, prove it to us. Let's see who really is paying attention and loves the Titans. Show it by liking today's video right now. Titans rumors beginning with the idea of signing wide receiver Cole Beasley. ESPN has listed Tennessee as the best fit for free agent wide receiver Cole Beasley, who has been a productive slot receiver with both the Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills last year. Buffalo, of course, did not bring him back. Money made sense from their perspective. The Titans reportedly are still in the market for wide receiver help, so could Beasley be one of those guys? Well, here was the pitch from ESPN. The Titans drafted Treylon Burks to replace A.J. Brown in their offense, and veteran Robert Woods is a good fit here, given the in-breaking cuts we see in the team's passing game. But Beasley would add a different element in the 11 personnel sets where Tennessee needs a boost in the drop-back passing game on third down. He can shake coverage on crossers and option routes to give quarterback Ryan Tannehill a dependable second-level target when throwing from the pocket. Tennessee definitely needs some help here after ranking 27th in expected points added on third down dropbacks last season. That's EPA nerd stuff for how good are you on third downs, etc. So in general, I am down with the idea of adding Cole Beasley. I think that ESPN is right when he brings you some good third down options. But I'll say this. He is not the guy he was in his prime. And as we'll get into more in depth, couldn't Treylon Burks be a good slot option for you on third down? He held that role quite a bit at Arkansas. We'll come back more in depth on Beasley and his potential fit and why I got some buts involved here, but I want to hear from you, the Titans fans, first and foremost. Type Y for yes, you would sign Cole Beasley, or type in N for no, you would not. So I look at the receiver room, and I go, okay, Robert Woods is one outside piece. Treylon Burks can play some inside and some outside. I would think that NWI, Nick Westbrook-Akina, is your other outside guy. Maybe it's Des Fitzpatrick, or maybe Kyle Phillips, or just quickly as a slot option. But I would actually like to see Burks get slot receiver reps in year one. That will help his adjustment period to life in the NFL, where I had separation concerns coming out of Arkansas, even though he was totally worth the pick Titans spent on him. As for Beasley, well, he is a slot-only option. And second level was mentioned by ESPN. And define second level for me. Because you'll notice, in 2020 and 2021, Cole Beasley had the same amount of catches, 82 in each year, but he went from almost 1,000 yards to less than 700. Cole Beasley does not offer you much more than short area of the field, get open, and doesn't bring you much after the catch. Beasley is not dynamic anymore. He is limited in his game. So if you want a pure slot, yes, Beasley makes sense. If I were Tennessee, I think I'd rather explore a more vertical option. We'll get to that vertical option in a second, but today's show is presented by Aura. If you're like me, and if you're like the vast majority of people, you're constantly online, which means all your information could be hacked, end up on the dark web. Aura offers a bunch of different stuff with their all-in-one tool. Financial fraud protection, in case your credit card gets hacked, as happens way too often these days. Identity theft protection, and the aforementioned online and device security for you and up to 5 members of your family. And because you watch Titans Today, you are getting a free 14-day trial at aura.com/chatsports. I'll put that link in both the comment section and the description. You can cancel at any time, so there's no reason not to at least try it. Aura.com/chatsports. Here's that speedy receiver, or at least one idea we mentioned. That is Kenny Stills. We talked about guys like Will Fuller in the past, who I would rather have. But Stills has kickstarted his own Tennessee Titans rumors when he commented on a recent Ryan Tannehill Instagram post. Hey, welcome to 2022, guys. About playing together, asking about when is it bring your best friend to work day. Of course, Stills and Tannehill played together in Miami. This is not the first time that Stills has expressed interest in playing for Tennessee in the past, saying that it makes sense. More on Stills coming up, but first, a question for you. Who would you rather sign at wide receiver, Kenny Stills or Cole Beasley? Type in KS for you'd rather add Kenny Stills, or type in CB for you would rather sign Cole Beasley to the roster. Sound off in the comments section. Again, when I look at this roster, I got Robert Woods, Treylon Burks, NWI. I do not have a true vertical, field stretching option. If Kenny Stills returns to his 2019-ish form, he could be that guy. Now, you see the issues, right, on screen. 2020, 2021, that's not good production. Those last 2 years, that is not rosterable production at receiver. And Stills was in part limited last year because we saw the Saints quarterbacks, right? You were playing Trevor Siemian and a tight end and Taysom Hill at QB, and that's not going to maximize Kenny Stills' ability. So, if you think he can bounce back, sure, I'd be open. I would rather call someone like Will Fuller, though. But I do think receiver is an area this team is going to consider. And if they sign somebody, we'll break it down for you. If you love the Titans, then subscribe. Free videos almost every single day, but we are still struggling subs-wise compared to other chat sports channels like and our Texans channel is gaining ground on us, as crazy as that sounds. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Free videos right here on Tennessee Titans Today when you head over to youtube.com/Titans Today. One more free agency target name to monitor here. That is Ereck Flowers, who has been linked repeatedly by SB Nation, Fansided, Bleacher Report, blah, blah, blah. It all makes sense, right? I always thought about it a lot in the past because the Titans, I don't have faith right now in their left guard options. And Ereck Flowers is not the guy the Giants thought he was going to be as an early first-round pick, but he could be an instant upgrade at the position. Right now, with it appears Dylan Radins locked in as a right tackle more than a left guard option, that would make it a more likely two-man race between Aaron Brewer and between Jamarco Jones. Now, those two players haven't done a lot. Their PFF stats are on here. Fewer snaps for Brewer than Jones. It's really the career stats for Jones against the career stats for Brewer. It's just not impressive overall. Not great options. Both guys offer some positional flex as depth, but I would feel better if those are your 6th and 7th linemen than your 5th starter. Ereck Flowers is better. 1,000 career snaps. Snaps last year. He did allow more sacks than I would prefer to have happen, but the hurries aren't that high, indicative of the quarterback not being particularly good at avoiding sacks when the opportunity presents itself. So, is he an ideal option? No, but I do think Flowers can be a viable short-term starter for you. So, we talked a lot about free agency today. I want you guys, before we sign off today, to head in the comments section and name a player who you want to sign.